Assalamualaikum and hi. We are from Group 4 and was assigned to this macroeconomics video assignment. And this group consists of 4 person. I'm Amira and I'm going to answer question 1. Iza will be answering question 2, Diba question 3 and Tira question 4. So, here you go. Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nur Amira and I'm about to present to you answers for question 1, which says briefly explain the primary factors expected to contribute to the increase in inflation in Malaysia in 2024. So in 2024, Malaysia's inflation is expected to range between 2% and 3.5%. Here are the primary factors contributing to this increase. Firstly, is high base effects. Current inflationary pressure is influenced by high base effects from previous years. Secondly, is normalization of global commodity prices. Stabilizing global commodity prices impact inflation trends. Thirdly, is through supportive fiscal policies. Government policies can influence inflation rates. And for the fourth one is geopolitical tensions. Escalation in geopolitical conflicts may lead to rising commodity prices. Fifth is currency depreciation. A weakening currency can contribute to inflation, which is we all know isn't good for our economy. Sixthly is robust consumer demand. This causes strong consumer spending, can drive up prices. And lastly is adverse weather condition. Extreme weather events, such as those related to El Nino and global warming, may affect agricultural yields and food prices. These factors interact dynamically, shaping Malaysia's inflation trajectory.
Hi, I'm Isa. I'll be present to you question number 2. So for question number 2, identify and explain the inflation based on the article. So, cost push inflation happens when the cost of inflation rises. This can be due to various factors such as an increase in the cost of raw materials or labor or other input. Businesses also then pass these higher costs to consumers through increased prices, impacting purchase power, business profit, and economic stability. So there are 3 types of inflation, which is fuel inflation, non-food inflation, and food inflation. So for the first one, fuel inflation. What is it mean by fuel inflation? So it means that consumer will face higher price in transportation expenses if the fuel inflation happens, which will affect prices for goods and services. Next is non-food inflation. What does non-food inflation means? So non-food inflation means that rising raw material costs can lead to higher production expenses for non-food items, resulting in increasing prices for consumer. Okay, so last but not least is food inflation. What is food inflation? So food prices change due to factors like weather, supply chain disruption, and increased production costs, which can impact consumers through inflation. So here's I include to you the example of cost push inflation curve. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Hi, my name is Nur Adiba binti Muhammad Rodwan. From my part is question number 3. Explain the policy measure that could be effective in curtailing rising inflation in Malaysia based on the article. For my first point is target full subsidy. The government plans to gradually implement target full subsidy. This measure aims to curb oil price increase and reduce inflation pressure. According to the research firm, it expects the rollout of target full subsidy to begin in the fourth quarter of this year, revising an earlier projection of implementation in June. They also think the government needs more time to adjust the distribution of subsidies and full price. Full price. This subsidy, if implemented in June and depending on the mechanism, could save 0.1% of GDP in 2024. Electricity subsidies are expected to save 0.2% of GDP, while the new tax measures are expected to generate 0.2% of gross domestic product GDP. Second is price control and subsidy. Government is intervention through subsidies and price control has helped mitigate inflation. These include regulation food price to prevent drastic increase. The work party can make export restriction and deal with the exploitation and manipulation of middlemen is also implemented. In addition, the government also needs to act to cancel the import quota approval. For example, the government can implement chicken export restriction and create chicken and fish storage stock. The cooking oil subsidy is also need to maintain it. The last is government can boosting local food supply, focusing on ensuring sufficient local food supply is a long-term strategy to reduce food-related inflation pressure. This is the strategy taken by the government in the Civil Economy Budget 2024. In the budget this time, the government has formulated a solution strategy under the Sustainable Agenda and Energy Transition. Through this agenda, the government will continue to intensify local food production effort to the survival of the country's agro-foods. In order to make this agenda a success, the government also allocated various incentives such as subsidies and also financial assistance to rice farmers and fishermen. Not only that, the government also intends to start the pilot development of rice cultivation within 2 years in several rice granary areas. This step is the government's long-term strategy to ensure that continuity of the local food supply.
Assalamualaikum and hello to everyone. My name is Nurul Atira binti Abdul Hamid Khair. So today I'm gonna answer a question for which is describe the potential consequences of rising inflation on the affordability of essential goods and services in Malaysia. So first, distribution of income. Inflation changed the existing pattern of distribution of income and wealth in society where some groups are relatively better off than others. For example, businessmen will earn higher profits from rising price, and people who depend on fixed income will tend to lose because of inflation. So next is savings. The value of fixed deposits, bonds, and money would depreciate in terms of real income. Since inflation depreciates the value of fixed deposits, people will save less and invest in non-financial sectors such as house and land. So third, production. During inflation, general level of price rises and producers make higher profits. This will lead producers to increase their level of production and investment and will create more job opportunities and reduce unemployment. And lastly is investment risk. Investors could be reluctant to invest and make long-term commitment. If the rate of return on investment is lower than the inflation rate, individuals may actually lose purchasing power over time. This can discourage saving and investment, which are crucial for long-term financial stability. So that's all from me. Thank you.